Georgia O'Keeffe, a well-known artist for revolutionary paintings in the 20th century, said, "I found I could say things with colors and shapes that I couldn't say any other way. Things I had no words for. Color is very important to artists. It is how artists evoke a certain emotion out of someone or how to convey a specific message. The color wheel is how artists sort of pick their colors for their next project. The wheel contains many combinations that are relationships among colors. I have taken numerous art classes ranging from the beginning level to an AP level. So when time came to start enrolling at Nicolet, I decided I wanted to take another introductory painting course because, well, one, I love to paint, but two, I also wanted to learn more about painting and colors, which mainly involve the color wheel and color theory. Today, I want to describe to you the different relationships among the colors that are on the wheel. But first, let's start with a little history. The Scientist is a magazine where they discuss all sorts of science-related topics, and they wrote an article about Isaac Newton and his experiment with the prism. Isaac Newton was the first person to propose the theory of the color wheel. His experiment was that he took a prism and reflected white light through the prism, and he discovered that the light through the prism reflected several different colors. And those colors are, so to speak, the rainbow colors: the red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. He was also a person who was very interested in music, so he believed that the colors shared a harmonious relationship and related each hue to a specific music note, and then discovered that the hues also shared a harmonious relationship as well. As time went on, color theory was introduced. The first writings date back all the way to the Renaissance era. However, the color theory will always be related back to Newton and his findings with the prism and light. In my thoughts, I see color theory as the writing or the wording of what the color wheel represents and what it's trying to convey. Now that I gave you a brief history of the color wheel, let's talk about the different combinations on the wheel that have created color theory. In my painting class, we talked about the different categories of the color wheel, and the color wheel can be split into three, so to speak, main categories for the 12 colors on the wheel. Those colors are primary, secondary, and tertiary colors. First is primary. Those colors are red, yellow, and blue. They are primary, meaning first, because you cannot mix other colors to create those specific colors. You use them to make other colors, like secondary colors, which are orange, green, and purple. They are made by mixing two primary colors. So to get orange, you have to mix red and yellow, and then green is blue and yellow, and then purple is blue and red. Then finally, the last 6 colors on the wheel are made by combining a primary and secondary color together, and those are the tertiary colors. While these are the very common groupings on the wheel, there are other color schemes to think about. First, I'm going to start with warm and cool tones. The wheel can be split in half between the warm and cool colors. Warm colors are the red, orange, and yellows, and the other variations of those hues. Those colors are the ones that evoke happiness and put a smile on your face because they are so vibrant and they pop. Then cool colors are the blues, greens, and purples, and those can evoke sadness or calmness. The next color scheme is complementary colors, another theme we went over in my class. They are across from each other on the color wheel and can be used to darken the other. So the complementary colors are yellow and purple, red and green, and then blue and orange. The other scheme is analogous, which means the colors on the wheel are right next to each other, and they form a 90-degree angle, but they only include one primary color. So you could have some oranges, yellow and greens, but you can't go to blue. This color scheme can also be referred to as warm and cool. Then the final color scheme is monochromatic. Mono, meaning single, is exactly that. You can only use one color plus black and white and the complementary color if you want to create different colors for that specific piece. Now that I've discussed some groupings of the color wheel, I now want to talk about how 3 neutral colors fit into the world of color. HGTV is obviously a show on television, but they also have a website where they talk about different color schemes and different combinations, like I am today. they went over neutral colors. And neutral colors are unsaturated colors, meaning they have no vibrance or pop. The three main neutral colors I'm going to be talking about are white, black, and gray. Adding white to any color changes the tint of the hue, meaning the hue is lighter. Mixing black to any hue is creating a different shade of that color, and shade just basically means that the color is darkened. And then finally, gray changes the tone of the hue, which just means the quality of the color, whether it's warm or cool, light or dark, or pure or dirty. To conclude, I've told you some history of the color wheel, how the wheel is split, different color schemes, and a few neutral colors that affect the hue. There are many different relationships among colors, and I've only shared a little portion of them. The color wheel and color theory both started as someone's belief, and now is talked about in art classes and even has books written about them. Both are important to artists, but it's amazing how time can change ideas and beliefs, make them into a reality. Now, there's a lot of colors in the world, obviously, but you know what I mean. Thank you. You can stop it.